Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel in All Seasons Homestead. In case you're new, I'm Joanna, and welcome. I want to share with you some things that we've been working on through the month of April and beginning of May. This spring has been absolutely gorgeous with low temperatures, making it just right to get a lot of work done. These are some vintage dresses. We went through my grandma and my aunt, my grandpa's home recently. They moved to town a few years back and they still had much left in their home. So my brother, my sister-in-law, and I went through a lot of their things and I found a bunch of vintage clothes. So I washed it up for my aunt and she shared some of the items with my daughter and I. There are many items from all different decades, but I just wanted to share with you guys because I just thought they were really pretty and unique. Another thing that we've been working on is cleaning out some stalls and some lots, gathering up the compost and manure for our two new raised garden beds, and we also spread the manure on other areas of the garden. Here I put some mulch in the bottom. And then my husband brought the bucket loads of manure. And so we've already planted these vegetables. I think I did give a garden update and I told you guys that I had also covered these beds with some linseed oil. This was actually a couple weeks back, or maybe even 3 weeks back. And there's already things planted in here. But I just wanted to show you the process of the things that we've been working on and building, filling up, planting. This month, we also said goodbye to our pony Patches. My daughter's had him for several years now, and she felt like she grew out of him. It was very, very sad to say goodbye. It was a hard decision, but he went to a really good home. We didn't think we would ever say goodbye to him. She's ridden him for several years now, but I believe that he will get a lot of love and attention in his new home. We also said hello to our newest goat this month, the last one to be born. She has been a very good mother and we've had no complications. We did sell our other 6 babies, so we have one that we're keeping, and then like I said, this is the newest one. It's been pretty quiet around here without the other babies. And here I want to show you this hole. We woke up one morning and we were doing chores and we looked over by my porch and this old cistern was kind of halfway underneath my porch and it had fallen in. And we were in shock, or at least I was. I was just looking at this massive hole. So my husband ordered some rock, some gravel, and he filled the hole all the way back up to the top. We didn't know what else to do. We asked a few people and they said that's what they would do. So we just filled it back up. And I had some hydrangeas that fell into this giant hole as well. I still can't believe that happened. That was just crazy. We did notice a few years back that there was starting to be cracks in it. I just was not expecting to wake up and seeing a giant hole. Another thing that I was super excited about this past month was catching a swarm of bees. They are still doing great. They have not left. It seems like they like their new little box. I'm not sure if anyone on my channel likes bees or if they're interested in a hive tour, but I love my bees so much and I'm so excited that I caught this swarm, so I had to share again. The beginning of April, we do not have many weeds, but by the time May hits, it seems like all I'm doing is weeding, and weeding. But I still kind of enjoy it because the air is fresh and cool, at least at the end of April and May. We start getting some hot days in May, but if you ever want to know what I'm doing with my time, it's just weeding, and weeding. But the ground is pretty enjoyable, at least I think. I find it relaxing. I mean, my back hurts a little bit, but it's just really beautiful outside and the dirt is very soft and the spring weeds are very easily removed. When you get into the middle of summer, it's not so easy. It's very hot and the ground seems to be very hard and there's lots and lots of weeds, different types of weeds, and they're bigger, they're harder to pull. Mosquitoes come out. So I just really enjoy this time of the year. About 2 weeks ago, my lower back, my hip and my tailbone went out of place, and I got so behind on some things and I got pretty frustrated. I'm a lot better now. I went to the chiropractor and got my back put in. I'm doing much better now, and I'm trying to get back on top of all my projects. And this is one enjoyable small project that I helped my daughter with. I think I told you guys before that my daughter had a little garden bed up at the top, and she wanted to extend it down to meet the edge of the mulch. And this is kind of like a herb tea garden area. And so we bought some wood and she drilled it together, and later she painted it white. And since then, we've filled it up with cardboard and mulch, and we've only got half of our manure and dirt in there. She's planted her seeds and flowers in the upper part, but I believe she wants to do cucumbers in this section. And then my little boy had this idea all by himself. We had a willow tree right here. You could see that black stump, and it had rotted last year and fell over, and actually it fell into my garden. And we've since then cut it down, and we burned it. That's why it's black. Just tried to clean it up. And then he saw these boards from an old raised bed. So he wanted me to build a little garden for him. And he helped me out. He held the boards and found the screws. And we put it together around the old willow stump, and we filled it up with dirt. And I just let him put whatever flowers or seeds he wants in there. He dug up some chamomile and placed chamomile in there. And I think he's wanting to plant some seeds as well. Sometimes he forgets about it, and sometimes I sneak over there and water his chamomile, but I'll peek around, and sure enough, the next day he'll be watering his plants or picking out some weeds. It's really cute watching him. I don't know about you guys, but I love doing little projects like this, 5-minute or 30-minute projects. And especially if it's free, things that's just laying around that I could repurpose. I usually don't plan to do these things. We just get an idea and we go with it. And it's just quick satisfaction, I guess, instead of like a big remodel that takes weeks or months. These are just quick little things. And here's the little bed that we just need to fill up. I think it looks really cute with the rustic boards. So my daughter had painted her raised bed. You can kind of see it back there behind me, and she already had the paintbrush and the paint out, so I decided to work on my window boxes. I thrifted these 3 window boxes from the vintage market that I go to, and I think I did show them in my garden video, but I forgot to show you guys in what I bought at that flea market. So here they are painted. I think they look nice and fresh. And I put some old weed fabric up next to it. Here's a little sneak peek of our chicken coop or our pen. We got it about 90% done. So I just wanted to give you a little peek how it's coming along. We still have some details and the top to do. These are some sweet potato slips. I rooted them out, and I'm headed to plant them in our bed. So we've already turned the soil in here, and we've added some manure. So I'm just going to kind of fluff up the dirt and get a few of the new weeds out. And then I will place the new slip in the soil and water it really good. And then the next day I went out to check on them, and I noticed our peacock pulled a couple out. So they looked a little dry and shriveled up. That day was really hot, so I watered it really good. I need to go check it again to see if it came back, but I'll probably have to put a panel or some wire over top of it so that naughty little peacock doesn't pull any more out. So since it's the beginning of May now, the beginning of my video was in April, and then this spot is in May. I'm ready to plant my tomatoes. I could have actually got them in the ground about a week ago, but like I said, my back was out and I was trying to let myself heal. And the mornings were still pretty cold, so I didn't feel like too rushed or too bad. So we've already tilled this area a couple of times this year, but I just want to, again, fluff up the dirt because the weeds are just coming like crazy. And I cheat every year with tomatoes and peppers. I go to our local plant nursery. Well, it's not really local. It's about 30 minutes from here. But it's a 4-pack for $1.75. And you can see how big they are. They're always beautiful and healthy. And I don't have the space to start, 70 to 90 tomato plants. So I do kind of treat myself and get some already started tomatoes and peppers. I have not rotated tomatoes to this area for several years now. The tomatoes were over where my broccoli is last year, and then down past me, they were there the year before. But they haven't seen this spot for a few years now, and I really, really like to rotate my tomato plants because they just get so many pests and diseases and funguses. And here are my mounds for my zucchini, and I have marigolds, and my potatoes are looking great. There is one row that was very spotty, not coming up very well. Another thing that we've done this month is we've bought 2 new heifers. We sold our bottle calf, and we sold, we sold somebody else. Now I can't think of who it was. And then we also brought a steer for butcher. So we have this girl left, and those 2 white-faced ones back there are 2 new heifers. And this is our big boy right here. They kind of pushed each other around and butted heads for just about 5 minutes or so. But now they're just best friends. They just lay out in the grass together and walk around, and they have a normal routine. It didn't take them long to be best friends. It's kind of cute and funny. There has been so much going on the past month and a half that my head is spinning, and I know that I can't record everything and have the time to share everything with you, but I hope you enjoyed this little sneak peek into a few things that we've been working on, and thank you so much for watching. See you soon.